Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the abandoned Honda Civic Wagon. It's RT four-wheel drive. It's been sitting for about 10 years. I just picked it up this weekend. You may have been seeing it on the pages. I've been kind of posting about it on the Honda Civic page. And so here it is. I'm going to do a little walk around video of it before I clean it. Hopefully we'll get this one back on the road and I won't have to part it out. But it's all there. It's been sitting for 10 years, possibly more. The gentleman I got it from really couldn't tell me. He had forgotten it for so long. Last registration was in 2010. The battery is from 2009, so roughly 10 years, give or take. A little backstory on it. I can give a little backstory on how I ended up getting this. If some of you don't know, on the pages, I got this for free. This was for free. I just had to get it off the gentleman's property. A little backstory. So about a year and a half ago, I was building an all-wheel drive EG hatch, and I kind of discovered these cars. I knew about EFs and wagons and hatches, and I've been in the Honda game for a little bit. And after building an all-wheel drive car, I had purchased one of these to part out or take the all-wheel drive swap out of, and I kind of really liked the car. It was kind of shame that I did part it out. It ran and drove. It was perfectly fine, and I parted out for the parts. And eventually, the all-wheel drive hatch is gone now. But I kind of fell in love with the cars. So about a year and a half ago, I was looking to buy one, like a really nice one, a clean one, and I ended up buying this one right here. So this is the one I bought about a year and a half ago, and it came from an older gentleman in central Wisconsin. This car is originally a Washington car, very clean. I'll probably make a separate video on this car, but this car has a story with that car that I got. So when this one was posted, I went and checked it out, and I purchased the car. It came with a lot of spare parts, extra seats, door panels, that sort of thing. And I had asked the guy, he was about 65 years old, I asked the guy, hey, where did you get these parts, these extra parts? They're all wagon parts. And he said he had another one on a property, and it had been sitting. He thought it had a clutch issue, and so it had been sitting. He owned it for about 20 years. It came from Alaska, and so I asked him if he'd be interested in selling that one as well. He said it was a little rough, and if I could get it off his property, I could have it for free. So fast forward about a year of planning to get this out of here, because it was back in the woods, maybe about a half mile on a very tall, steep hill. And I do have a car trailer, but it has no winch. The car, obviously that wagon has not been running. It won't run right now as it sits. So I needed a winch on my trailer. So we coordinated with them this weekend. We got it out of there, and I got it for free. So I got this. I'm gonna make a separate video on this car, because this car in itself should be a whole video. But I got these two wagons for the price of one. Super clean Washington car, no rust. And then this one all intact, just missing the parts that he gave me when I purchased that one about a year ago. And this one is very, I mean, I've started to get into it, but the mice have been living in it. It smells terrible. I've started taking some stuff out. Nothing too crazy with the car as far as like rare parts, I guess. When I did purchase that car, he did give me rear speaker pods, under seat tray. This one did have floor mats in it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'll show you the engine bay here. Oh, come on. There we go. So it is pretty rough. The mice have chewed. I found a little bit of the harness chewed up here, so it shouldn't be too bad of a problem. I started WD-40ing a lot of these moving parts here. Radiator is just toast, so good thing I have another one. I have owned two other wagons before besides these ones that I've parted out, so I do have a lot of spare parts to get this one going. I'd love to get this one going and have it as a winter car. It's already kind of in that rough shape where might as well drive in the winter. That one will not be driven in the winter. But worst comes to worst, you know, I'm gonna save a lot of these parts for mine and part the rest out. But so we're gonna get to, I'm gonna get to pressure washing it. I got a new shop vac because mine broke while scooping up all the sucking up all the rat or mouse poo in it. I will, hopefully I can include some photos of recovering it where it sat for a very long time. It did have a tarp over it at one point, and the tarp was there just disintegrated, so I think the tarp probably was on it for a few years, disintegrated, and then it sat, as you see it, for maybe 10 years or so. I'm guessing the older gentleman really couldn't tell me exactly. He said that he did own it since 2001, and it's always kind of had a clutch issue, he said, and then he used it to drive on his land because it's four-wheel drive, and that's when he parked it up on the hill, and eventually it just developed a really bad clutch issue. He thinks that the clutch has kind of degraded and it's no longer there, so we'll see. Car has no brakes. It does light up if I put a jump pack on it, but won't crank or anything like that. Tires are completely shot, weather checked, but wheels are in decent shape. I had to lube up all the doors, they were all pretty stiff. This one only has 142,000 miles on it, so not terribly bad. It is the manual. I wish it had the stock radio in it, but it doesn't. I'll show you underneath. It's pretty rough underneath. Like I said, it was an Alaskan car, and then eventually it ended up in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is not nice to these cars at all. So I'm kind of surprised what kind of shape it is right now. But we're gonna get to vacuuming it out, pressure washing it, cleaning it up, making it look better first off, getting all this gunk out of there, and hopefully start fixing it up and getting it back on the road, have another wagon on the road. So I've already parted out 2 of these, and it does kind of hurt to part them out. I'd like to see them on the road. They are fun to drive, cool. It does come with a hitch, which is pretty sweet. I'll be putting that on the other one, I think. Plastics are a little cracked, but I mean, for free $99, you can't complain. You really can't. So next video will be pressure washing it, vacuuming it out, and then I will do a separate video on this little gem here, and I'll talk about what's underneath the hood, which is pretty cool, pretty special. I think it's nothing too crazy, but so yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, like, and we'll get this abandoned Honda Civic Wagon RT4 wheel drive back on the road.